Hi, I'm Toby Osisanya.
And I'm Maddie Biazzi.
And this is our first show of 2014.
Today on the show, we will introduce you to TD's new VP, we'll show the winner of the Vine contest, and we'll say hello to Chef Giuseppe.
Our first story is on Behind the Scenes with Angelique Beliki.
Upper-level drama students are currently performing their very own play.
Behind the Scenes is a self-written production by students and directed by Mr. Peters. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at the cast and crew of Behind the Scenes.
I think that the best thing about upper-level drama is that it's just like a really awesome group of people who get to come together and work together, and we actually get to create our own play. So it's not like we're taking something and copying it, but we're like actually creating it's ours.
Being in a class with the people that I'm in, and it's kind of like family. And there's no exams, so instead of sitting there like studying and writing an exam, we get to be on stage for a final production.
It's a lot of fun.
I don't know, I guess that it's kind of a play that sort of relates to everybody, like it's not completely one.
These kids are fun. They are so much fun to work with. They are crazy. I think the stories that are in there that are all based on our own stories, and they're well told, and they're poignant, and they're funny, and they're interesting, and that's probably the takeaway for the show.
The first performance of Behind the Scenes was yesterday, but you can still catch the performance tonight at 7 p.m. Tickets are $5.
Hey Toby, remember those surveys you did in homeroom?
Kind of.
Well, let's go to Joshua Guinness with the story on the results of the surveys.
On December 18th, in the fridge door, the Compass survey, which all of TD did for the second year in a row in their homeroom, was released. Some of the results were really disappointing and some were really positive. Why don't we go talk to Mr. Groot about them? So I heard that only 2% of TD students eat the proper recommended servings of the food groups each day. Can you elaborate or tell me about that a little bit?
Well, actually, I can tell you it's disappointing. I think that, or I'd hoped that people would be eating more healthy than they are.
So what do you think the school can do about it to change it?
Actually, I've been thinking about some of those things myself, and I think it would be really cool if people who have those concerns would come talk to me and also Mrs. Gulici in the store. One of the things that we've been trying to do is make the food in the store more nutritious.
So we've been focusing on the negative a lot. What do you think is the biggest positive thing that has come out of the Compass survey?
The thing that I really like about the results is that 89% of the students feel good about being in the school. Now, 89 is not good enough. I want 100%, and I think it just indicates to us that we're moving in the right direction.
So this is the second of 4 years that the Compass survey has taken place at TD. So how did the Compass survey come about?
Well, there's a group at the University of Waterloo who wanted to look at the different ways that things were happening in the province of Ontario with respect to teenagers. So they asked our school, as well as all the schools throughout Ontario, to say, hey, are you willing to be part of the survey?
We learned some very interesting things talking to Mr. Groot today. Some things that are to be proud of, and some things not so really. I think that as a whole, TD can definitely improve for the better, but it's not up to the staff or Mr. Groot to do it, but it's up to us, the student body. From The Pulse, I'm Joshua Guinness.
Toby, I heard about a project you guys have been doing in geography.
Yeah, that's right. And here's Chase to tell us more about it.
This project started because students seemed bored in the class. We were studying maps, and I thought, this is boring, and I like these guys, so it shouldn't be boring. So I thought we tried building something, but then it kind of took on a life of its own, as you can see here. We added the Oak Ridges Moraine, the Niagara Escarpment. We even put names on those blue things we now call lakes. and Highway 7's on there, and then we started plotting our cities. So this thing's actually become a sort of Frankensteinian monster that's taken on a life of its own and kind of sucked us in. So instead of like teaching from a textbook or from lectures and stuff, it's almost like we created something that now forces us to move forward and learn more.
It's taken us about like a week, I think. 1 week.
We're doing it instead of a POL. Well, it's kind of our POL.
Overall, this has been a really fun project, so thanks, Mr. Kaltmaker. From The Pulse, I'm Chase Button.
Now it's time for Teacher of the Week.
This is Patty Sherman, our new Sherman, yeah, that's right. This is Patty Sherman, our Sherman. This is Patty Sherman, our new vice principal. So, Mrs. Sherman, can you tell us a bit about your family?
Well, thanks for asking. I have one son and one husband. They are both awesome people. My husband, Tim, works for the Finance Department, or Ministry of Finance in the provincial government. And my son, Jacob, is in grade 8. He loves baseball, hockey, volleyball, basketball, pretty much you name it. And together we all live in Oakville. We've been living there for the last 9 years, and we love it.
What school did you work at before coming here?
The school was called, or is called still there, it's called John Knox Christian School in Oakville. And John Knox Christian School has been around for about over 50 years, maybe 52, 54 years. Great school, great school community, and really loved being there.
What's your favorite thing to do in your free time?
You know what, I do love talking and I do love socializing. So if I had to say one of my favorite things is probably just to go out for coffee and socialize with people. I do like to play sports, so that's another thing that I really love to do. Love to be active, love to travel, and I also love photography. So a bunch of those things in my free time I enjoy doing.
Do you realize that your name is a reference in Finding Nemo?
That's right, 86 Wallaby Way. I know it. I love hearing it. So if you need to remember my name somehow, please use that.
Now lastly, I know that you don't know many people yet here at this school, but if you had to choose your favorite student, who do you think it would be?
Well, I think I would have to say you, Angelique.
Really?
It has to be you. It's definitely you. Absolutely.
So, you think maybe you could talk to some of my teachers, get them to raise their grades?
No problem. No problem. We'll just you don't even have to take the class. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Thank you so much. Welcome, Mrs. Sherman. This has been Angelique reporting for The Pulse.
Well, we're just about to go to break. Still to come, we have our student of the day. We'll say goodbye to our 5th years, and we have the calendar of events.
Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Michaela. And I'm Lindsay, and we're for VBlock. Today we're going to be talking about hazmat. To start off, hazmat stands for hazardous materials. It's not hazardous stuff to us, it's hazardous stuff to the environment, so like scrap metal, old electronics, and batteries that shouldn't be in the landfill. There's lots of different hazmat bins around the school, like outside of room 16 and room 22. First of all, old electronics and light bulbs are brought to a hazardous waste depot, and scrap metals are brought to the scrapyard, where they can be dealt with and recycled without having to go to a landfill. Milk bags can also be put in the hazmat bins. The milk bags will be made into sleeping mats for people in third world countries. Lastly, things like printer cartridges, old cell phones, and drink pouches can be brought to TerraCycle. TerraCycle is an organization that takes things that should be in the garbage and upcycles them into something new, like this, or this. Well, we're done now. Bye. Bye. And old electronics. Deal with these products without harming the environment. Thanks a lot. Light bulbs and recycle. See, I did good that. Yeah, because I forget my lines because you did it. Dealt with and used. What am I saying? Okay. I don't know. And recycled properly. No. Hazmat bin.
Hey man,
Hey man.
that's pretty good.
Nah, I don't think it's that good.
You should submit that to the notice. You could be in the book with everyone else that submitted their work.
I'll do it!
What your love is doing to me. Don't you ever quit giving what comes natural.
Congratulations to Joseph Kim for winning the photo contest. Again. And remember, we really do give you a prize if you win.
And now, get your aprons on. It's time for another episode of Chef Giuseppe.
I heard it's really exotic this time.
Welcome. Today, in this episode, we're going to teach you how to make pasta asciutta. So, first thing we do, water in the pot. Okay? You take a little pinch of salt, like this, and you put it in the water. And what that do is it makes the pasta boil faster. The water boil. When it comes to a harder boil, then that's when you put a little pasta in, okay? Now, we make it a sauce. So you put a little bit of oil in. You take your onion, which is after there, and you just dump in like that. Then what you do, you stir around like this, bada bing, bada boom. It's a beautiful, this sauce too, beautiful. That's the way I like it. And again, you put the number at 5, which is 5. You should know that. You put it in, nice and nice. Okay? Then you do nice and nice. You stir nice. And you just put a pinch, a little more. I like a little more too, you know. If you want, you can put a bit of oregano. You take your black pepper. If you want to put a black pepper. If you don't want to put a black pepper, I understand. Okay, so now pasta's ready, sauce is ready. So now we put on the plate, you know. And there you go. Then that's your pasta asciutta in 10 minutes. I can eat for you. I don't know how the food's gonna get through my mustache, you know. It's my. I always have problems with that because I don't want to ruin this and nice, you know.
Maddie, what was it like for you during the ice storm?
My power was off for 2 whole days. I had to shower at my friend's house. What about you?
Nothing. I was in Chicago. Here's the person on the street on the ice storm.
How were you affected by the ice storm?
My house got really cold when the fireplace turned off. That's the only heat we have.
Oh, great.
My power was up for 3 days and couldn't play any Xbox.
Mark's power was out, so I couldn't go to his house and play Xbox.
So during the ice storm, we lost power for 2 days, and so did most of our we have a gas stove, so that was helpful. So we did a lot of cooking on there, and then eventually we decided to go out to my in-laws' house because they had power over in Guelph. So that's what we did during the ice storm.
Well, I actually live in Barrie at the moment, so the ice storm didn't really affect me, but I couldn't come down to see my parents in Niagara Falls for about 5 days because they didn't have power for 5 days.
I was in California, so it didn't.
I actually didn't lose power, so yeah.
I lost power for 6 hours.
It's now time to reveal the winner of the Vine video contest. First, let's see all of our entries.
Let it rip. Alright, come on everybody! Stories from your friends next door, they never told. You might be a star tonight.
Alright guys, thanks for coming over.
Until next time, balls out.
And now, the winner is Ben Sugar's Pulse Out video, Volleyball for Life.
Now it's time for the best segment ever, Student of the Day, and our new segment on the experiment.
460 students. 4 grades.
But only one will be chosen. Find out about Alex Lee.
It's my basketball friend. He's nice. I play with him during lunch. He's really good at basketball.
No, me and Alex are really close. Well, we share the same name, so that's about it. And I'm not very good at basketball, but I know he is. And we're connected at the hip just because of the same name.
你好, Alex. He plays basketball well. He's really good at English. He's quite nice.
So, Alex Lee is my first Asian friend at the school. Okay, and he always wears clothes that are too big for him. So, but they're good. They're always Air Jordan, and it's cool. And he's really good at basketball. And he is just overall a really good guy.
He's a really good guy. Yeah.
The homeroom competitions in the second semester, he jumped up. One competition you had to be at the center and then throw it and get it in. And then he did that and it was good.
He's awesome.
No, that's
I'm back. This week, instead of doing a movie review, I have a brand new segment called The Experiment. It's all about human behavior. What would you guys do? Now, for this week's experiment, I want to ask you guys a question. Are you a risk taker? Would you take chances? Would you try something even if you didn't know what it was? Or do you always play it safe? So, would you consider yourself a risk taker?
Oh yeah, a risk taker for sure. Put it all on the line.
I'm a skier. Yeah.
What is the biggest risk you have ever taken?
You know, I give it on the ice. You know, I risk it in the corners and battle hard. You know, just giving her.
Trying a backflip for the first time. I put it all on the line for love.
If given the opportunity, would you try something which you've never tried before?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself a risk taker?
No.
What is the biggest risk you've ever taken if you have taken one?
I don't know.
What is the biggest risk you've ever taken?
I've eaten in the chemistry room. So have I.
So here's what we did. We wrapped up 8 chocolate bars so you couldn't tell what they were. Then we took those mystery bars and put them back inside the vending machine. Would anyone buy them for $1.50 if they didn't know what they were? Remember, they didn't even know they were chocolate bars. Is it what you expected?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you buy another one?
Probably not.
It's so hard to open.
And now here are the results. They sold slowly at first, but guess what? They actually sold faster than the non-wrapped chocolate bars. So, this concludes that there are a fair number of risk takers in this school. Let's talk to a few of them. Would you have tried a mystery bar?
Definitely not. I did try the mystery bar.
The real chocolates are just inside a mystery package.
So guys, remember, without risk, there is no reward. Watch for another experiment coming soon, like when we put a mystery bar taped to the underside of one audience member's chair. For The Pulse, I'm Duncan McDougall.
Sadly, the semester has come to an end, and we must say goodbye to our 5th years.
There are 7 5th years leaving, and we interviewed all of them to find out about their future plans. As the semester comes to a close, we'd like to say goodbye to some grade 13s.
To pursue greater careers.
Had one course that I really needed to get, and I finished it this year, so.
I'm done all my courses and that I need for university.
I don't have anything left here to do.
Because I'm done. I'm not. Okay.
What are you planning to do when you leave TD?
Go to Australia.
Hopefully to George Brown.
I'm probably going to go to the NHL or something, you know.
I think I'm going to find a job with at a daycare.
Mohawk College in Hamilton.
I'll be going to hopefully a college for electrical program, maybe a co-op if I can.
Going on a program called YWAM actually in a week or so, and it's a 6-month mission trip in Guadeloupe.
So what's your favorite memory at TD?
My favorite memory at TD was I went to Belize.
Probably being involved in drama and plays like Star Trek.
Oh, probably all the kids coming out of class to come visit me, especially this year. Like, kids come to me and tell me, they're like, oh, like, I made up this excuse to come see you. And I'm like, oh, okay.
In grade 11, I went to the Dominican for 2 months, and that's not really a memory, but that was my favorite part, I think.
So what are your advice for grade 9s?
I definitely think that you should just try to get involved as much as possible because it's really fun and worth it.
Who's your favorite Niner at TD?
Manny Victoria.
Thoughts on Tim?
He's stunning.
I wonder if anything interesting is coming up these next few weeks.
Yeah, let's go to calendar events with Brittany.
This coming Monday and Wednesday are exam study days. Tuesday and Thursday are exam days. From January 24th to the 29th, we will have PD days. On February 5th, our Semester 1 report cards go home. February 14th is Project Day for Period 1, and it's also Valentine's Day. February 25th is Focus Day for Period 4. And last but not least, we will have our TD Talent Night on February 27th, so get that talent ready.
So that's the end of our show. We hope you enjoyed it.
Just before we go, we'd like to give a special shout out to our 2 grade 12 peer helpers, David Ockma and Graham McDougall. Thanks for all your help this semester. It's been a blast. You will be missed.
Thanks, David and Graham, for being the big brothers I never had.
Peace out.